Hello, friends. Welcome to episode 8 of Kpop Weekly Podcast with Emily Mallon. I'm your host. Thank you for joining me for another week. 2 months. I've done 2 months worth of shows, 8 weeks. And I've got to be honest, this is the one I'm most excited about. For all of you who watch me and listen to me, you know why. It's Stray Kids comeback week. This whole episode, it's Stray Kids. Of course, I'll have some K-pop news for you at the end. But we're talking about Stray Kids, and I have a special guest. You may remember her from episode 1. Like me, she alts Stray Kids. Her alt bias is in Stray Kids. I thought, who better to bring on the show? I have to fangirl out with someone talking about this album. So please welcome my guest, Meg. Meg, are you ready for this?
I'm so ready. I could talk about Stray Kids every single hour of the day, so I'm ready.
Like a lot of stays watching and listening. This is a huge week for all of us. I can't wait to get into it. Quickly, before we start the reviews, Fandom Face-Off casting. I announced it last week. Atony versus Engine. I'm hoping to film this in December. So I've had some applications. Please keep them coming. We need you to apply. The last Fandom Face-Off went really well. I love doing it, and I think it was a positive experience for everyone involved. I've got a special guest judge lined up. I just need you. So are you an Engine? Are you an Atony? If you are, check out the link. Apply to the show. I promise you it'll be really fun. We're trying to kind of elevate fan wars. No fan wars, positive celebration of our favorite music. Shoot me an email if you want to be involved. This week was a little bit difficult, I'm not going to lie. Thank God Stray Kids came out because, you guys, Hyunjin enlisted yesterday. I woke up to pictures of him with the buzz cut. Devastated. Absolutely devastated. Thank God it's Stray Kids week because, like,
Bad news.
you know, we all know it's coming. But when one of your alts enlists, it feels like a breakup, a divorce. It feels like your best friend is moving away and you're never going to see him again. I was devastated yesterday. I spent all day watching clips and like making edits with depressing songs. That's how I dealt with it. I was like, let me make a TikTok of him and I am hugging for the last time.
No!
That's what I did. And I slowed it down and I put The Scientist by Coldplay over it. So I just made like the saddest TikTok
Oh my
known
God.
to man. Yeah, some of you have seen it. That's how I deal with it. Luckily, Stray Kids comeback is this week, so I have something great to focus on and talk about because it was dark. Yesterday was a dark day. I got nothing done. I just obsessed about Hyunjin enlisting. And I just want to say too, he got put in a unit. I think it's called like White Skulls, and it's in a really cold area, and they're known for really hard training. And I'm like, why would you do that to Hyunjin? You should put him on an island. He should have to do no work, just drink pina coladas.
Someone of all people. Wow.
Why would they do that to him, Meg? Like, I'm taking this personally. Government of Korea, why would you do this to Hyunjin? He deserves to be in a really luxurious place. Like, when I read that, it just made it a million times worse. Like, he's going to be cold and he's in this like unit that's really hard and stressful. And oh my God.
Winter's coming. Oh no.
It's really cold in Korea. Like, now I have this anxiety worrying that like he's okay. You know who else is actually in that unit that I didn't know about this till yesterday? What is his name? Jaehyun from SF9.
Oh, Jaehyung?
Yes.
Oh.
It's where he's
I didn't
stationed.
know that. Okay.
Neither did I. So maybe they
Well,
can be
there you go.
friends and maybe he'll be okay. But tough day. Tough day for Mom Baby. Tough day for Hyunjin biased girls like me. Anyways, we'll all get through it. It goes fast because you have so much to focus on. Otherwise, if you're a multi, if you're not a multi, it's time to join the club. Check out Stray Kids. We're going to tell you all about it.
Stray Kids still have a few years before the military, so.
Well, you know what I was thinking, Meg? Not to start the show as Debbie Downer. That seems to be like what I do these days. But they're going to have to enlist one day. It like hit me when I was thinking about this today. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do when they enlist? I'm not going to be able to do it.
The year that the 2000s have to go to the military is going to be a very dark time.
I
There are
don't know.
so many 2000s.
I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with that. I never want to deal with this. I just live in a delusional little world where I'm like, everything's great, everything's great. And then they announce the enlistment. And I'm like, oh, that's gonna be sad. And then the day comes and I'm like devastated. It's gonna be hard, but luckily we have
Yeah.
a while. So we're gonna celebrate Stray Kids while we have them here. The current kings of K-pop. Before we get into the review and the discussion about this comeback, I want to do a K-pop weekly questionnaire with you, Meg, like we did last
Mhm.
time, but this time it's Stray Kids. So
Of
just a few.
course.
We could do this one all night, but I'm like, we have a lot of music to talk about. Um, let's get it going. First question: La 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 or S Class?
Oh, la 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 la.
Thunderous or Case 143?
Thunderous.
God's Menu or Maniac?
God's Menu.
Okay, album Ordinary or No Easy?
Oh. Um, I think Ordinary.
Okay. Kind of like feature songs, one offs that they've done, although one of these is on the album we're about to discuss.
Mm.
All My Life or Social Path?
Oh. I think wow, that they're like different, but they have features, so I see what
Mm
you did there.
hmm. Mm hmm.
I
Yeah. And
think
they're like recent, like,
they are. Maybe All My Life, actually. Yeah.
same. I will say same. We'll get to
Yeah.
Social Path here in just a second. Um, okay. We know that Han is your bias.
Yeah.
Do you prefer black hair, natural Han, or dyed hair?
Black hair.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Okay. What is your favorite Stray Kids album?
Favorite Stray Kids album? I think hmm,
It's hard.
maybe I'm that maybe it might be Ordinary or it's In Life, the repackage of Go Live.
Mm, I love In Life. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Backdoor every time. Like, In
Yeah,
Life
and
is
then it
so
added
good.
the unit songs,
Hmm.
and I think Slump and is on
Yes.
there also now, yeah. So it really just is basically all of the God's Menu album plus more things, yeah.
Plus, like, more amazing songs. That was my first comeback as a stay, and I was so obsessed. That's
Oh my
like,
god, I
yes.
wish like, I actually so wish that I was there for when God's Menu was going into Backdoor, and I see at you see at the end of the God's Menu music video, they go into the back door, and every
Yes.
time I see that, I get chills, and I just think, "What if I was there?" And you just see the and you're like, "What does that mean?" Oh, I'm sure it was such a time. Oh,
It was so exciting. It was so exciting. And I had just gotten into Stray Kids. For those of you that don't know, I became a stay in 2020 when I reviewed God's Menu. So I was already like so amped about this group. I was already, when you first get into group, you just absorb everything and you're so excited. That comeback slayed. Before we move on in the questionnaire, when did
mm.
you get into Stray Kids?
Oh, I got into Stray Kids in 2020, I remember when Backdoor came out, but I didn't get into Stray Kids until I knew they were going to be on Kingdom, and then I got into
Okay.
them right before Kingdom, so it was the beginning of 2021. So Thunderous was my first actual comeback, or my first comeback with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun one. That's a fun one.
Yeah, that was
Okay, we got your favorite album. What about you've seen Stray Kids live? We talked about Global Citizens. We saw them at KCON.
mhm.
Which Stray Kids concert was your favorite and why?
My favorite Stray Kids concert was the first time that I saw them in 2022. I saw
Yeah.
them. Well, I was supposed to see them 3 times, but then the Atlanta show got canceled. So I saw them in
Yeah.
Newark and Chicago, and my favorite was the Newark stop. It was their second day in Newark. So it was like the last few days of June, I think. And I mean, it was combo of seeing your favorite people for the first time in real life, but I had pretty good 100 seats, and it was just there that section of songs where they did it was something like Thunderous, God's Menu, Domino, that series. That was just I think my body just levitated off from the ground for that whole time. I was
You
just like,
left your body. You were like
yeah,
levitating above ground, just watching it
yeah.
like, oh.
My watch asked me if I was doing an outdoor run because I was jumping so, and when I'm at concerts, I'm just, like, moving all my arms.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. Like I've had ones be like a swim. I'm like, a swim? Apparently, I'm like, oh, the whole time. I was like, I didn't go swimming. I was at a
Yeah,
concert, but okay.
that was also I
Um,
know they say this at every stop, but they seemed, no offense to the people on night 1 of Newark, I'm sure they were great, but they were very visibly like, "Wow, you guys are really excited," to the fans. Stray Kids was feeling a lot of our energy, so that was really fun. It's like when the crowd has that much energy too, I think it helps.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that that was the tour where they realized, holy crap, we're huge here. Like,
Yeah.
that was like stadium tour in, or not stadium, I'm sorry, arena tour, insane intensity from the crowd. In
Yeah.
Chicago, it was like shaking. It was so loud. Like that
Yeah,
was
Chicago was
insane.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like highly recommend a Stray Kids concert.
Yeah,
It's going to be hard as heck to get
yeah,
tickets moving
it's gonna
forward.
yes, we'll just cross
Oh,
that bridge when we get there.
exactly. I mean, it's a resale, whatever. This is all my money goes to Stray Kids concerts at this point in my life.
I know.
Not mad. It's
Yeah,
fine. Okay, moving on. A few more questions.
yep.
Okay, this is a hypothetical. You have to choose one or the other. You get front row at the next tour, but you cannot go to any other concert. No more Stray Kids concerts for 2 years. So you get to go to one show during the next tour and you're in the very front row, like front row center. Or you see the same tour 5 times in the 100s and that with no restrictions. You can see them as much as you want moving forward.
Mm, that's a tough one. I've never been able to get a VIP or actually, I did get floor seat for when we were in LA, but that floor was so big that I don't even, like, really count it as that. But
Yeah, yeah. The BMO stadium. It was so wide. It's a
yeah,
soccer field. I would like almost say not. It's hard though, because I was gonna say you guys don't get floor at BMO, but I was in the 100s
yeah,
closest to the stage, and I
we were
was
kinda
so
far
far
back.
away. I was
Yeah,
so far away from the stage. It was like, oh wow.
yeah. I think I would probably choose to see them multiple times, but in the
Yeah.
100s.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I would say the first option is if they're doing stadiums, to be honest, the
Mhm.
front row is the only way you're gonna be able to see them. So,
Totally.
that actually if that's the case, then I would choose the first option, so,
Okay.
yeah.
It's a hard one. When I came up with that one, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'd go both ways. The reason I think I would choose 5 times is sometimes I feel like I black out at these concerts. Like I'm not drinking. I'm like blacking out because I get so
Yeah,
excited and I'm just so happy. And then by the time it's over, I'm like, I forgot. I forgot like the whole night. It's like a
yeah,
total whirl. So if you get to see it 5 times, you're going to remember things and like experience it more, maybe.
exactly, yep.
It's my thought process. Okay. Moving
Makes total
on.
sense to me, so,
Right? Exactly. It makes sense to a lot. I'm sure other people listening and watching too are like, let me know, you guys. Leave a comment. Let us know.
yeah.
We're gonna play a few rounds of Kiss, Mary, Kill, but obviously we're not killing any Stray Kids. This doesn't mean you want to kill them. This is gonna be more like you don't talk to that one for a day. We're gonna make it like
Uh-huh.
very friendly. Because usually
Avoid,
when I
yeah,
play this, I'm like, kill him. No, I'm not
yeah.
gonna kill any of these
Obviously,
guys.
no. Yeah.
Obviously, no. So it's like kiss, Mary, don't talk to one of them for like a day.
Uh-huh.
Okay, 3 rounds. Your first round, Lino, Changbin, Seungmin.
Okay. I will kiss Mino, marry Seungmin, and avoid Changbin.
I would actually do the same. That's what I
Yeah,
picked on that one. Okay,
okay, cool.
next, Felix, Chan, and Hyunjin.
I would kiss Hyunjin, marry Chan, and, then there's Felix over there.
No, yeah, no, we're okay.
Third option is Felix,
I'm marrying Hyunjin,
obviously.
obviously, and love of my life. Uh, kiss Chan, and then yeah, Felix. not gonna talk
We
to
love you,
Felix.
Felix. Yeah,
Love
yeah.
you. It's just like for
Okay,
one
we'll
day.
see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, last one. Han, Seungmin, or IN?
Okay, so yes, I guess I will kiss Seungmin, marry Han, and then leave IN. Ugh, sad. Sorry, Jungin, but
Right? I'm
he's such
going
a great,
to.
so that's a pain to say, but
No, I know. I'm gonna marry Seungmin because I think he'd be a great husband because he's really funny and sassy and like
yeah,
there's so much like to him that you don't really see
there
that
it is.
is there.
Emily,
And
get ready
then
to talk about Seungmin all this podcast. I can't wait. I
get ready,
literally have to
everyone.
message him right now. Yeah.
Get ready. And then I would kiss Han. And then yeah. Sorry, gotta
Sorry,
put
Jungin.
IN out. So we
Okay.
actually had
Yeah.
very similar results. Ours were just like switched a few times.
Yeah.
But
That was
whatever.
fun.
And then
Yeah.
one more question before we move on. What would you say to Han if you got to meet him?
Oh my god. Wow. Okay. I think I think I would tell him that his that I care a lot about the music that he writes, like the music that he specifically writes,
Mhm.
and I he puts so much emotion in his voice and in the music that he writes that that's kind of what draws me to him. The I probably would not like what I would say about him if he were not there was that I just think that every single part of him is amazing. Like even his flaws, I just think are even when he is so annoying and even when he was a trainee and he was thought really cocky and thought he was the best and would fight with Hyunjin or whatever, I still love that about him too. I just think his trajectory as a person is so amazing. But that might sound kind of weird telling that to someone to their
No,
face.
you
So
should. No, you should because I think like people need to hear that. Like, no,
yeah.
that would be
Also
perfect.
just like
That's
tell him to care about his mental health and please
yeah,
please take a break if you need to because we all know that I
yeah.
think he should have taken a break like a few months ago and he seems so much happier now so I'm glad about that but you know
I can't wait to talk about the comeback because yes, he is shining in this
yeah.
comeback. So, but I agree with you. What a nice message. Oh,
Oh,
thank you so
great.
much for doing that. Stray Kids K-pop Weekly Questionnaire. You guys got to
Love
learn a
it.
little bit about Meg's opinions on Stray Kids. Because here we go. It's time for the review. Stray Kids. Stray Kids are an 8-member boy group. They debuted on JYP in 2018. They were originally 9 members. They lost a member along the way. This new album, it's called Rockstar. They gave us 8 songs. The title track, La 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 La. Let's get into this, Meg. What do you think of this song?
I honestly think besides one or two exceptions, I think that this song is their best title track.
Mm,
I think you could have a trajectory of Miro to God's Menu
mm.
to La 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 La, and I think that it is just I think it's amazing. It is to me, it's just a perfect Stray Kids song. And it's just elevated from what they've done in the past, but
Mm.
I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
Okay. I'll give my review. I think, like, from the start, from the very beginning, it's so intense, it's interesting, and it's cool. The bass goes so hard. I love when, like, during the song, the music kind of changes, the intensity drops, and you have that, like, haunting la 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 la
Oh,
la come in at the start of the
yeah.
chorus. It's like menacing. It's so badass. It's so cool. Um, this is a party song. I really, really like it because I think so much of their music is kind of proving themselves and talking about their journey and like their, standing on top. And I love that about them. I can't wait to talk about some of these
Yeah.
other songs. But this one is like, let's enjoy it and let's freaking party. Let's rage. Let's dance and enjoy the music. I love that feel. Let
Yeah.
go, have fun. I liked some of the lyrics that kind of reference, like, there's a part that says, we just crash, crash, bang, bang, make that noise. I love it. I love it because for those of you that
Yeah.
don't know, they're referencing to people calling their music noise music, pots and pans music. You know, they've had a lot of criticism, really since the God's Menu days when that song blew up. Now, a lot of other groups and labels are constantly trying to recreate that sound. So it's funny that, you know, sometimes the thing you're criticized for most is what makes you stand out and what gets you there. But I love that they did that.
Yeah.
Chan is hitting some high notes here that I thought were great.
Oh,
I
he
just kept
is. Yeah.
Right? I just kept picturing this is the song we talked about going to the concert and your like Apple Watch, your Fitbit is going off. I just kept
This
picturing jumping up and down and like screaming my
same.
lungs out, right? This
That
is the
was one
song
of
we're
the
going to go
first
crazy to.
Yeah, that was one of the first things that I thought of when I was maybe halfway through the song. I was FaceTiming my friend when the album dropped and the music video dropped, and we both were just like, imagine this live. Just imagine the power and the intensity and just the hype that we're going to feel. It's going to be so good.
Because I think like recently, I feel like at KCON, that was like their top line. Top line
Yes.
can't even compare to the energy here. And top line is crazy. This is like, they did something is so cool with this. It's high energy, it's fun, and it's different. It doesn't sound like S Class or
Yeah.
Maniac. It's different, but this is Stray Kids. And I think when I think about Stray Kids music, and who they are, there's nothing subtle about them. They're not going to be subtle. Like all these other boy groups have comebacks and they're kind of like da 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 boom boom. Stray Kids are screaming in your face, la 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 la. Like, it's not going to be subtle, you guys. Like no. And this one, I'm with you. I love this song. I love it. I was like, oh, this goes so hard. This is exactly what I wanted without knowing I wanted it. And I love the
Yeah.
celebration. Let's have fun. Let's be joyful. We can talk all of our crap in these other songs. This is kind of a celebratory song because they're the kings of the mountain right now. They are like, I'm going to say it. They're unquestionably the kings of K-pop. If you look at
Mhm.
numbers, if you look at influence, if you look at everything they've done the past year, they're on top. It's nice to celebrate it. We don't need a song that's just talking about how great you are.
Right.
This is fun. I thought it was really fun. So here for it. But we have to talk about the music video because this music video is crazy, Meg. Like,
Well, first, wait. I have the only criticism I'll say about the song is that I don't know why it has to be called La 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 La. Why
yeah,
can't it just be called Rock? Like,
I know.
why? I mean, I know that it's because
We're
it's a
rock
play on the
star.
word of like it's rock, and like the Korean word one of the words for pleasure, so it's just about like having a good time. So I get
Mm-hmm.
that they don't want to call it's not actually called rock, but I just think that La 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 is just kind of a silly name for a song because
Well,
like
it's
even
also
us
hard to
saying
say.
it.
Like, I'm talking about it. It feels weird. Like, you're like, la, 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 la. There's four laws. Like,
I
it's,
know, and, like, imagine just telling someone, "You gotta listen to this new song." Like, "Oh, what's it
yeah.
called?" "Oh, La 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 La." I don't know, I
La,
just,
la,
like
la, la. Yeah, no, I
it's
completely
fine,
agree with you.
but it's just kind of funny. I don't what I mean,
I
obviously, it's okay, but
completely agree with you. Because when you compare it, let's say God's Menu, that's a striking title. That's like,
yeah,
what? Yeah,
yeah,
la 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 la. It's hard to say, and you're right. I've been saying, listen to Stray Kids' new song. It's so good. Here's the music video. Like, yeah, it's
yeah,
hard to say la la la.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Good point. Good
yeah,
point. But what did you think of the music video? Because I was like, what is happening? This
that
is chaos. I want to hear your thoughts on the video.
that's what I mean, so S-Class was we probably could argue is more chaotic because there were more I feel like scene changes and
Hmm.
set changes maybe, and I was already confused a little bit by S Class, and I have to say the first time I watched La 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 La, I was my friend and I were both like, "Actually, what's happening?" Like,
Same.
I
Same.
genuinely did not know what was happening. I was like,
No,
not even like
same.
I'm overwhelmed, I
No,
truly
no, no,
was like,
no.
like, I don't get it. And I love Stray Kids. I don't
Same.
understand.
Same. I was like, did I miss like a whole storyline and I'm not getting this? I was like looking it up on Twitter. What is happening?
Yeah.
What's the
I
story saying?
get they have in the past done multiverses. They've done Circus where there are multiple versions of them.
Mhm.
We know that Megaverse just as a concept of a word. implies that. But
Yeah.
even in S Class, I think they actually had multiples of them. But even knowing that, I was just first. I also am not very good at processing music video. I just think, wow, this is so powerful, or this is very fun.
Yeah.
I'm not immediately first watch. I cannot pick up on the all the cues that other people can find, you know?
Yeah.
But I actually think now that I have seen it a bunch of times and they talked about it in their music video reaction
Mhm.
and also in the intro, I feel like actually it's still crazy, but it does make a little bit more sense to me. I also will also say my mom loves Stray Kids and my
Yes.
mom is a little more, she has a little more of a unbiased opinion. She doesn't have to. She's not going into it thinking I need to love this song like maybe
Yeah.
I want to go into it thinking. And
Mhm.
I said to her, I was thinking, okay, what's my mom watched a lot of K-pop, so she's not going to be confused by most of the things. But I was wondering like, what's she going to think of it? And her first thought was that was so fun. She was like, that was amazing.
Aw.
She was like, I didn't really get some of it, but I didn't care. Like it was great.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of how I felt. I literally was like, I have no clue what's going on. I think I have a feel for like how I'm going to interpret this, but the song is so powerful. That
yeah.
opening choreography formation, and then when Hyunjin comes in shaking and they're all with him,
Oh,
it's
so
like
powerful.
right? It's so powerful. It's like a freaking like the army is here and we're gonna like take everyone out. Like
Yeah.
it's powerful. It's scary. It's so cool. So I was
Yeah.
kind of like what you're talking about with your Bob. I was like, this is just cool. But then
Yeah.
the storyline, I have no clue. I was like, all right, what's happening? Um, let's see. It's really hype. I think like the underwater pirate thing. Okay, so they're underwater pirates. Then they're in this like Mad Max Thunderdome type of setting. And then the
Yeah.
whole time, these like adorable children are in a marching band, like performing at a
Right.
recital. And then that like scary like monster
Oh
tries to
my gosh.
stomp on them.
Please, I could just do without. Just or a
No,
please, we don't need that. I
we
really thought
don't
that
need
was
that. It scared me.
yeah. Me too. I was actually scared. I
Me
actually
too.
don't like scary things in general, but I really was like, not necessary. I don't need to
We
see
don't
that.
need this. And you know what it like reminded me of? So they're doing a little bit of a pirate concept in this. And you know, ATs are famous for their pirate concept. So
Yeah.
I love ATs' music videos, but they have this scary ghost pirate ship for some reason that comes in. I'll be all happy watching their music videos. And then this scary ghost pirate ship comes in at the end and floats over. And I get so
Yeah,
scared.
right.
I hate it. It like ruins it for me. So here
Uh-huh.
I am in this video. What do we have? Pirates. And they're creepy and they're underwater. I'm like, I don't know if I need
Yeah.
this, but I'm okay. Then, yeah, this giant scary monster out of
Right.
nowhere is like peering its head in and then it tries to stomp on the little kids. I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell is going on? That I could have
Yeah.
done. I could have done
Yeah,
without.
I get now what they have said is that the kids represent them because there are 8 children,
Mhm.
and the
Mhm.
children are doing their first performance, so they're very scared. So all of these things are representing fears that you could have about performing and being in the public eye and things. And then at the end they, triumph over it, and all of
Yeah.
the Chinese characters over time are removing the words for fear and anger and things, and then just
Mhm.
pleasure is left at the end. But so when you say it like that, that's very nice. That's like a great little story. But it really is too, and they also have clowns. Why do we also
I
need the
hate
clowns?
clowns.
It's
I
like
hate clowns. I felt like it was like to me, like my first initial reaction was like, okay, they're in a nightmare. It's like the kids' nightmare, and they're like fighting
right.
the battles to like give these
Right,
kids
which is
confidence to
kind of
perform.
yeah, which I guess that is probably what it is. Yeah, yeah. It's like
Mhm.
that makes all these things sound nice, and but it's some of the effects in the music video, I just,
I'm with
a
you.
little too
I'm
much
with
for me.
you. I don't need the big scary monster. Honestly, like pirate ships have now scared me because of ATEEZ's ghost pirate ship. I
I
I could have gotten through with that, but then the freaking clowns. I hate clowns. I don't need to see clown masks. It literally was just like a nightmare. I'm like, can we get out
you
of this
know.
nightmare? I liked it when they showed the kids, and I loved the dancing, but those images, yeah, I
Yeah. I don't mind the pirate, and I'm not bothered, like, both you and I are A to me, and I'm not bothered by the
yeah,
crossover of pirates, like, it's not
same, not
similar
at
to
all.
me. Um, but no, yeah, it it was a little the music video is kind of a lot. I think the performance that they're giving is amazing. Um, so it's all good in the end, but
Yeah, like the my favorite part, the choreography. I love this choreography.
it's
I think the
so
styling was good for most of it. I will say I didn't love when Hyunjin had a hood on. He doesn't need to have a hood on in that
the
part.
hats,
Let's
I think all the hats have to go, actually. All the
all
hats.
of
No
them. We don't
no
need it.
berets. No Jongin also has a hat that's kinda like Hyunjin's. We just, like, truly don't need them. I just
In K-pop in general, I'm over this. Unless it's like a cute baseball cap for like a casual
yeah.
athletic concept, I'm so sick of the weird stupid hats and like it ruins it. Like why are you doing that? I know you spent all that time doing his hair just to put some weird hat on. The
I
berets are the
know.
worst. They used to do that
I
to
know, I
Monster
don't
X all the time. Stop
I
with
am
the
not
berets.
a some people are team beret, and I'm just not. I
No.
think it's very
No.
silly. Yeah.
And to those people, you've got to stop. Like for the greater good, sometimes you just have to take an L and move on. Berets are really not helping anyone. So yeah,
Yeah.
that drove me a little nuts. I thought Felix looked good. I liked his blue hair.
Felix is
Han
looking so
rock
good.
Han rocking that crop top and slaying the choreography. My
Emily,
focus went to him so much, Meg.
don't talk we can't talk don't talk about to me about that. That is
Meg.
we can get to the perform we can get I guess maybe we can
Yeah.
get to the stages at a different time. But,
We'll talk about it right after this because there's a
yeah,
lot
okay.
to talk about there. But even in the music video, when he was center, I
Yeah.
was like, Han is eating this up. He is
He's
killing
eating it
it.
up. Yeah.
Of course, Hyunjin looks great, and you know, Hyunjin's made for like kind of a scary, weird pirate concept. I think
He is.
he embraces it. He this is his world. I felt like he was
Yeah.
really comfortable in it, and he killed it. They all looked great. I'm
But,
really go
um,
ahead.
I have to say that
That's what I was
Sung
gonna say.
okay. Seungmin, first of all, looks so good.
Hmm.
He but all like,
Hmm.
once we get into the rest of the album, we'll talk about it too, but,
Hmm.
literally every single time Seungmin's voice comes
Yeah,
into my ears, I just automatically just say, "Seungmin!"
I
I just
know.
feel like I need to bow down to his voice. I just think and he and the music his whole performance quality, he is just so himself. He's very subtle.
I
He
love him.
doesn't have a lot of expression, but I'm so obsessed with it. And that part where he's saying his line and then they have a jump cut to him opening his arms really wide to the
Yeah,
camera
yeah.
halfway through the music video is so cute.
So cute. He
Yeah.
is so cute, but also handsome. And I want to
Yes.
say, look what happened. His forehead has been freed. We are seeing way more forehead on him. And all
I
of a
know, your
sudden it's like,
forehead
oh,
agenda.
girl, I will be pushing this agenda the rest of my life. If I'm like a politician and this is my biggest agenda. Free the forehead, stop matting bangs down in people's faces. Him with forehead. He goes from like a cute, quirky guy to like really handsome. And I think he's
Yeah.
killing this comeback. Ian is killing it. Ian's
Oh my
like,
gosh, yeah.
he's getting too handsome. His little
He
chiseled jawline,
is.
everything about him. I'm like, he is a problem. He's starting to
Yeah,
become a menace.
I know, he is. He really is. I can't believe how he is so grown up now. Yeah,
I know. A couple of years ago, he was like the cute young one with braces, and now
I
it's like,
know.
what?
I know.
Okay, oh,
Yeah,
okay. Um, Wait, but my favorite part of the choreography, and we can talk about this getting into the stages. The
yeah.
chorus choreography is obviously great, but I'm obsessed with the part where they go and like put their hands over their head.
Yeah,
It's so like
me
it's like in
too.
the middle
It's
of this
so
hard
good.
choreography, and there's this like bitchy little move where they're like,
Yeah, but they look so good doing it, and also,
yes,
I know this because I've watched basically, like, every fan cam for every
yep,
guy, but they
mhm,
all do it slightly differently,
yes.
and it's so good. They just all have their own put their own spin on it.
Yes, you see, like some of like Lino is living for this move. Lino is
Oh,
ready to go.
yeah. Han
He
I
loves it.
Han is killing it. Killing it.
Han kills all of this choreo. You watch his
Yeah.
fan cam. He attacks it with so much like attitude. Like Han
Yeah.
is spicy this comeback. He's
He
going
is.
after it.
He, I think, is just has some of the best facial expressions of any idol. Like,
Mhm.
he changes
Mhm.
his expression a lot, and
Mhm.
then he mouths along to the words, and then he does something else, and then his eyes and
Yeah.
his mouth, like, everything is moving and adjusting, and it's just so
Yeah.
amazing to watch.
Well, and
He's
in
just
this group,
a
you
star.
have multiple members that can do that. And it doesn't look forced. It doesn't look like they're in their heads. The face matches the body and it matches the
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, because 'cause they're all
Obviously,
doing it
Hyunjin. Yeah.
right, they're all doing it their own style, but when you
Yeah.
watch it collectively, it doesn't look like one person is doing it more than the other person.
No, everyone has their own little smirk, their own little face. I mean, in case it's not obvious to the whole wide world, Hyunjin is my alt bias. I live
Yeah,
for him. He does it so well. Hyunjin's face, he serves face 24/7. Like he is
he does.
never not serving looks and face. Um, and he's really like menacing and weird with it sometimes. Then he's like super sexy and cool and he
Yeah.
smiles. But yeah, like he's not the only one in the group that does that. Han serves. And I thought like when watching all the fan cams, I was like, Han is going after it this
Yeah,
comeback.
he really is. It's so amazing to watch. I'm just so
Yeah.
happy for him. He just looks like he's having the absolute best time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I can't get over that opening choreography. Like Lino and Hyunjin doing like the piano thing. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. And that
I
shake.
know. It's so good. I don't know how they come up with this choreo like this. And then even the subtle things, like when Hyunjin, I think it's Hyunjin starts the first verse and the four of the guys are on the sidelines, just step,
Do,
touch. And they're
do.
just like,
Yeah.
yeah. And then, but that, it's just all those subtle things too in the choreo is so cool.
Yeah. They have like their own unique flavor and style for K-pop groups. Like they do moves and formations. It's really different. It's just like them. Everything's different and unique. And I think if other people tried it, it wouldn't look as cool. It wouldn't
Yeah.
work. They're just like so individual when it comes to the wait when it comes to the collective. They're individual, if that makes sense. Like as a group,
Yes.
there's something so different about their choreography, about how they move, about how they interpret the music. And I think it's because they're the ones creating the music and it's just so like ingrained in their soul. Like you
Yeah.
feel it when they're moving. But I'm living for these stages, Meg, living
The
for it.
stages, I know. At this point, we've had a week. We've had well, I
Yeah.
guess like a begin or not actually
No, it
not even a
hasn't even
full
been a
week because
week. It feels like
we had
it.
Friday, yeah, we had music bang, music core, and Inkigayo. We only had 3. That's crazy,
Yeah.
but there'll be more, obviously.
Oh
But
yeah.
the outfits, yeah, we had pirate concept on
Yep.
Sunday for Inkigayo. That worked, even though I think the pirate
Mhm.
is cheesy. I think that it just
Yeah.
works in this sense, you know. Um, and then we cannot forget our Lord's Day Saturday when Han had that crop top and the jeans with the little half kind of skirt added onto it, and
Han,
the oh my god,
Han is working it like he is
yeah,
living in this comeback. Han with his little crop top, and
oh
when
my
he does that
god,
little move, that's it. Like
it's
that is
just
it.
one of my friends, Hannah, texted me and was like, "So how are you today?" And I was like, "I'm
Yep.
terrible. Thanks for asking." Because she knew. She was like, "How are you
Meg
with
is
this
dead.
Hanji sung
She's
today?" I was
dead.
like, "You knew. Thanks for asking me. I think I said I am both ascending into heaven and then
Yep.
feeling just utmost
Yep.
despair
Yep. That's
because I'm obsessed with them so bad."
yeah. Hello. When Hyunjin did the guilty challenge, I almost died. And
Yeah.
it was the same thing. Just obsession. The best thing I've ever seen in my life. I want to thank Taemin and Hyunjin for making my dreams come true. Clearly, they were watching
Yes.
and listening to the podcast. I asked for this,
Yes.
they delivered. But Meg and I were talking about it off air. I was a little disappointed that Hyunjin had on like an undershirt because you show
Yes.
skin in that dance challenge. But then I thought maybe that's good that he didn't because
He did
like
it for you. Yep.
yeah, I don't need to see that. I don't need to take my obsession and delusion to another level by that. Like let
Yeah.
he already served wearing a shirt.
He did. Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, so I understand that feeling. I understand the
Yeah.
best thing in the world and also like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's like every time Han comes on stage, it's almost like my reaction isn't always like, "Oh my gosh, he looks so hot." I'm usually like, "Oh my god, look at him up there on the stage. He's doing it. Look at him go." It's like it's like
You're so
I have
proud.
such yeah, I'm so proud. And that's more of my I always think he looks so amazing. but it's also more just I'm like, look at you.
Meanwhile, I'm like screaming, F it up, Hyunjin. I just scream that all the time. F it up, Hyunjin. Let's go. Let's go. It's
That's what I
like,
scream
I
about.
feel
But like that's what I scream about Seungmin right now. I'm now like, Seungmin, let's go.
I feel like this is the way we'd be if we were like soccer moms. You're like, good job,
Yeah.
honey. And I'm like, F it up, F it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get like so hyped. Wait, do you get nervous before comebacks?
I Not usually. I felt a little bit of anticipation for this one because I just really wanted it to be I really wanted it to be good. Not that they have
Mm-hmm.
ever done a bad thing. I just you could really feel I feel like last comeback, you really felt that they were really trying and
Mm-hmm.
they were also seemed very tired and they were really like
Yeah.
pushing this
Yeah.
S class big
Yeah.
intensity and we love all those things, but I really was like, hopefully we don't do just that, like something else.
Mm,
And they did. So it was in the end,
I feel
I'm glad
you.
that it went the direction it did. But were you nervous for this one or
You guys,
anxious or whatever?
I get so nervous, Meg. I feel like it's my comeback day. Like I get so nervous when my faves have a comeback
You're
because it's
about to
just
go on the
like,
stage.
yes, I feel that way. I'm like, oh my God, today is here. I hope it's good. I hope I like it. And I think it's also that thing of like, Stray Kids haven't let me down since I started standing. And I'm waiting
I
for the
know.
moment because if you watch the show, if you listen to the show, I'm honest with my reviews. So I know I feel like a day will come that I don't like a song and I have to be honest. And that pains me to no end
I
with
know.
groups that I casually like. When it's a group I really like, I hate giving a bad review. That's like the worst feeling. But with
Right.
Stray Kids, I just want to like it. I want it to be good, but I have to be open minded. So I feel nervous because I'm like, maybe this is, and I feel like right now there's so much pressure on them
I
that they're kind
know.
of due. They were due to have a not great comeback. And here they come out and kill it and knock it out of the park. Like,
I know. I was so glad. And it wasn't like you and I doubt that they're it's just
oh,
that yeah, we
never,
feel
never.
it's like we just get I get more nervous now because I just know how much pressure they're under as
Mm-hmm.
well, you know? And if you're
Mm-hmm.
making all of the music and you're also doing all of the things that that every other idol does, all the appearances and the concerts and the other stages and the variety shows and your own content and stuff, and then you still need to look good and not
Yeah.
look like you're a zombie, and then you're also making the music and it just really and now they're all doing all these Hyunjin's going to Milan and Felix is going over
Yes.
there. And then it's just
Yes.
get a little bit, it's like, how are you going to do all these things
Yeah.
successfully?
Yeah.
And they're
Like
still doing
the
it, but
the risk of burnout is so high. And just to
yeah,
put out, I think like to keep creating amazing music like this. I can't think of an artist off the top of my head that's had this many albums in a row that were really good. Usually like the sophomore album sucks. Other artists like they're great and then their next two or three albums flop and then they have like a big comeback. At least
right.
in Western music. But
Yeah, yeah.
Stray Kids are just like they're on a streak that it's unbelievable. I'm just so impressed. But yeah, I was nervous. I get very nervous for comebacks, very excited. And this one, I was just like, after I watched the video. And then, of course, I listened to the album. So, what I do, I
Yes.
watch the video and then I
Yes, that's what I
immediately
did.
am like, done, turn on the album. Let's get this going. Let's get these first
Yeah.
impressions. Then I'll watch like the video again and kind of the next day,
Yes.
just album. So let's get to the album. I want to
Okay.
know your song picks, your album picks, the songs that stood out to you the most.
Mhm.
I'll tell you mine, and then let's have a conversation about the individual songs. So, what song stood out to you?
Okay, so besides the title track, well,
Yeah,
we've already obviously
same.
talked about that. So my and actually this song was we were shown this song last month because they performed this song at their Unlock concert in Seoul. But
hmm
Leave
hmm
is my favorite song on the album. I
Okay.
think that it is so beautiful and they all sound so amazing and it's kind of that emo sound, but it also is not it has a little bit of hope to it, I feel like, even though
Oh
it's like
yeah,
and Han didn't write this song, but this is to me a very Han Ji-sung
yeah.
song, and I am obviously a big Han Ji-sung supporter. So um there's that one, and then I think my other two favorites are Blind Spot and Cover Me.
Okay, perfect. I knew we would have different ones. This is why I was so excited to have Meg on the show because there's like, even when you're friends and you're in the same fandom and you have so much stuff in common, it's fun to talk to other fans because you have like different
Yeah.
things that stand out. So, Cover Me is also a standout for me. My other two, Megaverse and Comflex.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. That's
those
interesting.
three were like my things.
I feel like you and I, not that we've switched what we usually go for specifically, but I feel like this time I like the emo songs,
Yeah.
but I usually also, like, I really do like the hype songs, but this time for some reason I chose the more slightly emo ones and you chose the more
Hype. I
loud
was
hype
hyped.
ones.
You
Yeah.
know what it is though? It's the music of it. Like if I like the saddest, most depressing songs, but kind of
Yeah.
like pop punk emo never hits with me. So it's the music.
Uh-huh.
I will say I do like Leave. I think it's like there's a lot in there that feels kind of traditional boy band breakup song, which
Yes.
I
But
love.
it's probably why I love it. I
I
do love a
love
good, yeah.
that. It's
Yeah.
like, oh. But I'll talk about Megaverse, then we'll kind of go back and forth. I
Yeah,
think
okay.
Megaverse, like to have the two opening songs be Megaverse and then La 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 La, Megaverse. I'm ready to run through a brick wall when I hear this. It is so fierce and intense.
It
It's like,
is.
holy, the drums with that loud bass and then that low repetitive rap that we heard a little bit of in the trailer for the album where
Yeah.
Felix starts with that French rap and then Chan comes
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
It's such a bold choice and it
It
totally
is.
works. I love the feel. Like, I don't know what we're getting hyped for. I have no context of what's happening. But if they were like, we're going to go fight somebody, we're going to go take over the world, I'm
Yep.
so there. This is going to be my like hype song for the future. I don't know how
Yeah,
long, maybe
yeah.
forever. This is a song I'm putting on when I have no energy and I need to like get amped.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. I love the lyric. Our composition brings the competition. We've already won in this megaverse. You
Yes.
know what? Talk your crap. Yes, yes, you have. Like they're humble, but they're never afraid to speak the truth. Like we write our own music. That's why we're on top of things because what we're putting out is better than everything else, and we've already
Yeah.
won. Yeah, no complaint. I love it. Hyunjin has a line in the song where he says, "Better prepare a big bowl, or else the tears of admiration will spill over."
Oh my
Like
gosh, that's so good.
they're
Yes.
talking so much smack in
Shoot.
this song.
Yeah.
Like I I'm obsessed. I'm so here for it. When I read that line, I was like, "Oh my god,
I
Hyunjin,
think
yes."
I should like read the lyrics while I'm listening to the song now.
Yep.
The only thing I love Megaverse. The only thing is that I think the English of Welcome to the Stray Kids Hot Megaverse is
Yeah.
too, I think it's a little bit cheesy to me. I don't
Okay.
know. There's something about that, and everything else is good, but it's that part that I'm just like,
That
I don't
didn't
know. It's
totally nail it for
yeah, it
you.
just didn't hit to me. But
Um, well, also, I need to read Han had a line I loved. Move over. I'm in charge now, and it's a new chapter. They've kind of been saying like they're the next thing, they're the new thing for a while now, and it's
yeah,
yeah, you guys are. They were just talking so much smack on this song, and it was so intense. I loved it. And they're kind of opening this album attacking everyone,
yeah,
industry people, obviously haters, everyone who's kind of written them off. Yeah, their
yeah,
jaws are on the floor after all they accomplished. I love it. I'm here. The music in the chorus, it reminds me a little bit of Charmer. There's something
mm,
there in the
it's the
music that I was like, this
whistle.
sounds
It's
like
that
it sounds like
whistly sound.
Charmer.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it sounds a
or
little
that
bit like
recorder or
Charmer.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a recorder. It's almost like a Middle Eastern sound. I love that sound. I love
I
Charmer. So
love
I was like,
that
oh,
too.
this is
Yeah,
cool. But this one obviously goes way harder. Like
yeah,
this is insane. And the energy keeps going. It's one of those songs that doesn't really let up. It just keeps building,
yeah,
keeps building. So the end is insane. So you have this where I'm like, let's go. I'm ready. And then you go into La La La, which is so hard. I mean, those two songs opening, it kind of reminds me of No Easy, where you
yeah.
had, I think that one started with
Cheese.
Cheese and then
Yeah.
Thunderous and Domino and Sick.
Yes.
Bang, bang, bang. Like we're not letting up. I loved it. I thought it was a really like great
Yeah,
way to
and I
open it.
think that even, and I love all the songs you just mentioned, but I
Mhm.
remember when I first listened to that album, I thought the first few songs, I thought they, and now I don't feel this way, but it sounded kind of similar. Like at first listen, I could not distinguish all of the songs.
Mm.
And I feel like now in this album, they all sound different to me. Even though it's the same, you start off with the intensity and then you have the title track that is also super intense, and then Blind Spot and
Mm.
Complex are still that same level. I feel like
Yeah.
it's just a little bit elevated, I feel like. I think the sound is slightly different from each other, just a little bit. And I don't think that Cheese and Dominoes sound similar anymore. But even on first listen to
Mhm.
this album, I was like, oh, I can distinguish all the songs like
Definitely.
immediately.
Definitely. That's like the perfect way to put it. They've just like elevated their game in this one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about one of your picks before we get to, then I'll do Complex, but Cover Me. We're going to end this album discussion with Cover Me because
Oh,
I've got
oh,
a freaking
jeez.
monologue on this one.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Get ready. Get ready, everyone. Obsessed.
Oh,
Wait, what was your, so you liked
blind
Leave,
spot.
Blind Spot. Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, yes, yes. Talk about Blind
Yeah.
Spot.
I feel like blind spot is, it's just a slight more emo, like you said, it's like emo
Emo.
rock kind of.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I, and this is another song where I do think a few of the English in it is a little bit cheesy. Like they're
Mm.
singing about like we're gonna make a difference, and it's actually very cute. Like I do
Mm.
believe them, but I think some of the
Yeah.
English is like a little bit cringe. So that is the
Yeah.
only. I have a thing with, it's funny because in K-pop there's a lot of funny English and some of it does not bother me, but then I'll be like hit with a few lines and I'm just like, oh
Yeah.
no. But I
Yeah.
just think that the blind spot concept is very nice, and how like, they're always going to be there for everyone, and it just seems a little more carefree, and even though it's a little emo, I think it's like a very energetic song. Like you can still kind of hype
Mhm.
to it even though it's a little bit
Mhm.
emotional. So,
It felt like a little bit like younger, like it feels like
yes.
young, like teenage, like emo rock. Like it's
Yes.
a cuter, younger, fresher feel than
Yeah.
like the intense, like get a
Right.
bowl to fill with your tears.
Yeah. Also, the other reason, actually, I should have led with this. This is the real reason I like this song is because this is Han's favorite song is Blind Spot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
automatically, I just need to have it be one of my favorite songs because if Han loves it,
Okay.
and Han said when he was like, I wrote the song. I was part of writing the song, and then even though I was the one who wrote the lyrics, he said he went home and listened to them and he cried because he felt so comforted by the lyrics, which is very cute. Also, it's just funny because yes, you wrote them. You're comforting yourself, I guess, which is also very cute.
And it's
But
also funny because it's so like, again, the lyrics in this one don't feel maybe as like poetic as some of Han's other lyrics. So it's
yeah,
funny that like
yeah,
he loves this one so much because I'm like, you're the guy that wrote Alien. Like you write
I
really
know.
deep, heavy,
Yeah.
amazing comfort songs.
Well, it's interesting too because Han actually does not have a song on here that he wrote just himself. Because usually
Mhm.
there's a song that's the Han song, and he doesn't have one this time. Because even in Leave, he didn't even write that. It's just Changbin and Chan who wrote that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he's just preparing for another drop. Which, by the way, can he please put his new songs on Spotify? Can I please listen to Volcano and Miserable? Please, like
Well, and it's also, I bet
seriously.
you there's a bunch of Han songs sitting around because all
I
of these
know.
songs, like how they kind of cherry pick and choose what they're going to put on albums. Some of them like right in the studio that day of, but other ones, they had for
Yes.
2 albums ago and then decided it's a better fit.
True.
We'll
Yeah.
get more Han stuff. We'll get
I
it.
know. It's
Talk about Complex. I
good. Yeah.
love Complex. This is to me like quintessential Stray Kids. It has that
It is.
wordplay, like ordinary, like no easy, noisy. I like
Yeah.
their wordplay a lot. And although
Accident.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, although I'm a fan of Rockstar and what my mind's blanking. 5 Star, right?
Oh
Was it
yeah.
5 Star?
Yeah.
Five
Yeah. Five
Star
star. Yeah. Yeah.
Rockstar. So 5 Star Rockstar went to like a star series. I really
Yeah.
liked the wordplay stuff. I liked Ordinary, No Easy, Accident. I thought it was cool. This
Yeah.
one is so well done because it's taking things that would give you a complex and flexing on it instead. It's kind of like a
Hmm.
self empowerment song. Um, I think you could have in another world on a maybe a different album. This is a single for me. This is a title track. It has a little bit
Mhm.
of like 80s, 90s hip hop that I liked. The chorus is so memorable. What grabs me, I think it's Chan and Felix. They have that part that's like, that's right, I'm so flashy.
Oh my god.
Different, different, no,
That's
I'm
cheesy
unique.
tweet.
That's right, I'm so classy. I
Yeah,
love it. I think it's like so fun. I think it's
that's
so
funny, yeah.
catchy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a fun, lighthearted kind of like, yeah, okay, like say bad things about me, but actually I'm great. And
I
I'm
love
owning
that.
it.
I just really like the vibe that they're putting out with this album. It's just very they said this in their intro video that they put out,
Mhm.
but they feel this is very them just saying this is who we are, and this is
Yes.
just all these songs are basically them saying
This
basically
is who I
that. It's
am.
just like yeah, exactly. Like
And I'm
we don't mind
happy
if
with
you
it and like
yeah.
embracing it. Like that whole song, that's all it is. I love it in the chorus when I think it's Seungmin says like, try me, judge me, because I don't give a shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Talk it. The way you look at
Yeah.
my book cover, I ain't triggered. So like the whole like, don't judge a book by its cover. Like it's so empowering to be like, I don't care that you're judging me. I don't care at all because I'm
Yeah.
like so sure in who I am. But then they sing about embracing all of my scars and imperfections, kind of turning the tide. All my cons are pros now. Flexing complexes, just complex. It's cool. Like,
Their lyrics are they have such cool lyrics. If you read
yeah.
the lyrics or if you can understand the lyrics by just listening or whatever, there's so much wordplay and such fun stuff in there.
And this one just like I think for a group like this who are so big, they clearly have a very diverse audience, but like for younger fans, songs like this are so empowering because instead
Yeah.
of like just the bravado, like I'm the shit, I'm the best, they're really talking about like, no, like people are going to judge you and hate you, but it's actually like those imperfections are what make you cool and interesting and own
Yeah.
them and flex on your imperfections. Like that's amazing. I think that's easier said than done a lot in life. But like, even for me, listening to this, I'm like, yes, like I'm getting such a powerful, like
Yeah.
happy self-love message from this song. And it's fun and it's just fun. The music's fun. I love it. But again,
It's funny how when my friends and I were listening to this album, one of my friends, when we had finished listening to that song, said, you know, this song is so crazy, like, the sound of it is very crazy and
mhm.
so over the top, and I said, "You know, I don't even since we're so used to listening to Stray Kids, it doesn't
Yeah, it
even
doesn't sound
seem
crazy.
like it's
Yeah,
a crazy, weird,
I don't think so
noisy
either.
song." I
Not
was
at
just like, "Isn't this
all.
just what, like, we listen to all the time?" It just
Yeah.
felt
And
very natural. I'm like, "That doesn't sound that weird to me, actually."
I actually think it's like really melodic. I think it's like really catchy. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't say out of all the songs that this one's like the crazy one at all. I'm just like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, 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 no. But I
yeah.
love the message. I love the lyrics. The delivery is great. It's
You're
just,
right, yeah.
it's funny because I would put it into like the category of a self love anthem. And this doesn't sound like an anthem, but really the message behind it and like what they're imparting to their fans, so positive. I love it.
Uh-huh.
They
Yeah.
take such responsibility with what they do. You know, a lot of groups have fan songs and it's like, I love you, let's be together forever. But Stray Kids really seem to understand the gravity of like the meaning that they have to their fans, the gravity of what they do and how people
Mhm.
can hear it and translate it into their own lives. They understand their role models, they understand people are watching them. And they really like, I think, do a service to their fans with songs like
Mhm.
this and with the messaging. They don't take
Yeah.
themselves so seriously, but they pick and choose those moments. Like this is like the song doesn't sound serious, but the message is pretty like pretty good.
Yeah, it's really
Um,
nice. Yeah, it is a really nice message, and only they could do a song like that, you know? That's so
yes,
loud and fun, but it still has their same underlying, because they
yes,
have the same message. This is like that's why they're the Stray Kids, is because they're bringing people who all just feel out of place or not in the, like,
yeah,
middle of the road kind of crowd of people, and The song actually, now
Yeah.
that we're talking about it, I'm like, yeah, this song is saying that. That's so cool.
Yeah, like, I think as fans, as listeners, people relate to Stray Kids because you have that feeling of relating to being an underdog, relating to
Mhm.
not fitting in, feeling like a stray. It's such powerful imagery. And they own it and they embrace it, and what they put out continues that. And I think it's really great because at this level, like, because people will say, well, they can't say they're underdogs anymore. Look at them. Everyone's still attacking them. Everyone's still making fun of the way they look and making fun of their songs and rooting against them. Like, when their album got paused on Spotify because so many antis reported behavior, I didn't even know you could do this, but you can
Oh,
report
I didn't know that.
to Spotify that there's illegal streaming happening. So a certain
Oh.
fandom that starts with A band together with a lot of other fandoms on their label and did that, so people couldn't even listen to the album the past couple of days on desktop because it got flagged for
Oh. Wait, this one?
yeah,
This
yeah,
album?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I did not know that.
Yeah, the antis are working overtime. This is what I mean when I talk about fan wars for people who are just casual fans. Like, this is the stuff that happens. Stray Kids has this massive comeback, and these people are on Twitter organizing this and doing this, and they're not the brightest. They do it in on Twitter so everyone can see and screenshot it. But it's like, get a life. This is what you're doing with your time. Yikes. But
Yeah.
again, my point is, like, they still are the people that
Yeah.
people hate. They're always getting criticism and always having people coming at them. So to me, they're always going to be that group. And I still think the identity of Stray Kids and stays, it all works. I think it works.
Yeah.
I digress though, because we need to move on to talk about Cover Me.
Oh my god.
I'm dead. Okay, this is a song that it was co-written by Hyunjin and
Mhm.
Bangtan, and
Yep.
Hyunjin produced it. I'll let you go first, Meg, because I'm gonna do a monologue. Like you, it's gonna
No, the only thing that I have to say is Kim Seungmin. That that
the
last
bridge.
part, the bridge, it's just uh, like I'm just levitating, floating,
Mm-hmm.
ascending
Mm-hmm.
off from the ground
Mm-hmm.
into the heavens. I it is amazing. And he did it in one take apparently based on their
Yes,
video. Like that's the only thing I have to say about the song is just I that part of the song. I mean, the rest of the song is great and we love the email obviously, but just that segment part, oh my god. So
he
amazing.
holds it for so long, like stunning,
I
stunning.
know.
But okay,
Yeah, let's go. Just
I
tell it to
lo-
me. I mean,
here's
I
why I
obviously
love.
agree,
Yeah,
but
yes. Here's why I love Hyunjin. There's a million reasons, but like, it's funny because I've noticed that I tend to pick biases that have this without knowing it. So like Hyungwon's my bias in Monsta X, right? Hyungwon writes the saddest, heaviest, most complex kind of love songs. It doesn't go with what you would think when it's like, oh, Hyungwon wrote this. Hyunjin does the same thing. You know, Hyunjin comes off as this like wild dancer, this like hot guy. But his writing is very sensitive. It's very introspective. And I'm always pleasantly surprised and shocked when I realized Hyunjin wrote this. And now he's given us enough that you start to get a feel of like his soul and who he is as an artist, and
Mhm.
it's extremely sensitive. It's really like, oh,
I
wow.
know. That's exciting
Wow.
just to think because now whenever I listen to Monsta X albums, I can tell without even looking. I can tell which
Yes.
song Hyungwon wrote. You can just tell. And I can kind of tell that with
Yes.
Han now, like which songs Han wrote.
Yep.
And so if Hyunjin
And now
can
Hyunjin.
yeah, if
Yes.
he can make
It's
that for himself, that's gonna be
it's the
really
same
great.
thing. And
Yeah.
this one, the lyrics are it's sad, you know. It starts off, I think, with like Hyunjin singing, "Why do I feel so lonely in this night?" And Lino has a lyric that says, "Someone please hug me." um Hyunjin's bridge, like the start of the bridge, before we get to that amazing note, he says, I can't take it anymore. What should I do? And it reminds me so much of the bridge in mixtape O. Because he
Mhm.
says in that one, like, what should I do? That
Oh,
was
yeah.
Hyunjin's comeback after his hiatus. I'll
Yes,
never
never
forget it for the
forget.
rest of my life. Never forget.
Yeah.
I'll never forget watching that music video. And all of a sudden he's like painting and he had on these like triangle Prada earrings. I'll never forget it,
Oh, yeah.
guys. Best day of my life. But the bridge reminds me of that. There's such a tenderness here. And then you have Seungmin comes in and sings So Cover Me Now. And it is phenomenal. I had goosebumps
I
when I listened
know.
to it the first time. I was like, oh
I
my
can hear it in my
God.
head right now.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just
Oh, it's unreal. He's such a good vocalist and he's gotten better. Like they've all elevated their game.
yes. Yeah.
But what I really loved about this song too, it's sad. It's obviously like a reflective song that's sad. But even though it's dealing with those sad feelings, there are parts that are saying like be the light if you have the opportunity and lean into the light. You know, there's hope. And songs like that are so important. Like it's sharing these feelings that I think are relatable for a lot of us, but it's not just wallowing self-pity, I'm feeling down
Right.
type of thing. There's moments where there's hope and they're kind of saying, you know, lean into that light. If someone like Hyunjin feels this way at night, if someone like Hyunjin goes to bed and feels so sad and so alone, it kind of gives permission, at least for me, for all of us to feel that way and maybe not beat yourself up for feeling
Mhm.
depressed this week, for having a down day, for struggling with whatever you're going through. It's giving permission to the collective to feel your emotions and like it's fine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And it like encourages, I feel like it was giving it stays permission, but also softly encouraging. But you know, there's light there. Lean into the light. And when
Yeah.
you have the opportunity for someone else, be that light. Like it's a more universal thing. And that's powerful stuff. I think there's so much in what Stray Kids do like this that's really powerful and meaningful and means something. So all of the surface stuff is amazing. But when you get down to these lyrics and to the messaging, this is why they've got loyal fans that are going to stick with them through everything, because like this really is like healing for so many people. This really is
Yeah.
motivating for so many people. There's so much like meat in what they do. It's not just all flashy, kind of manufactured like some K-pop and like some groups. Obsessed, obsessed. I'm
Yeah.
the album fantastic.
Yeah.
They they kill it every time, Meg.
I
Like
know.
it's crazy. It's
I
crazy
know.
to think about like how good they are. And yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a break. I think they're just gonna
No.
keep knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
This is the standard, and I can't imagine having to produce at that level.
I know.
Like
We just hope that I don't know. Hopefully they know what they're doing, you know.
they're
It's just
yeah, luckily we don't have to. For them, it's like that's what we do every day. Like we're
yeah,
fine. I'm
right.
like, oh no, they have to make another song. They're like, I make
Yeah.
100 songs a year. It's not a big
I
deal.
know. Which yeah, I guess sure. That's good. Yeah.
Like it's they're so good at this. And again, I think they're going to continue killing it because it's coming from them. They're
Yeah.
authentic. They have a real leg up on the competition in a lot of ways because of that. Um, it all worked. It's all
Yeah.
worked. Meg, before we get to our rankings, because yes, Meg is doing rankings this time too. This is going to be fun. I think we're going to have some
Yes.
different ones. Let's talk about Leave and your favorite parts of that song and why you put that on your
Oh
list.
yeah. Leave when they first and I know some stays did not watch this video because the album hadn't come out yet, but their
Yeah.
YouTube channel released a full
Yep.
performance video of Leave because they did it at the Unveil show again. And I watched it and I just automatically just was so obsessed with it. And I just think it's the same, even though Han did not write that song, it's the same kind of like emotional music that I feel like he
Mm,
usually likes. And I just think that all of them singing on it just sounds really just so lovely. And
yeah.
just the way that their voices meld together and the lyrics are Stray Kids do they have a very specific way of writing love songs, and usually it's this way where it's like the love story did not work out and they're basically like this is we it's terrible, the
Yep.
world is falling apart,
Yep.
like don't you're it's I'm in pain, but
Yep.
somehow it just really works for just the way that they write, I feel like only they could write a love song that I feel like is like this, you know?
Oh, I love it.
And
Look what I like. Little
right.
sad girl over here. I'm like, yep. Yeah, this works
Yeah.
for me. That's how I feel about love. Like,
I
so
know.
you're right though. It's not just like I'm in love and I'm happy. They're
I
never
know.
in love
It's
and
always
happy.
like
They're never in
yeah,
love and happy. There's no happy
no.
love songs in their catalog.
No. The happiest love song is Case 143. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, which is still like a little
that's like
weird, a little like
yeah. Yeah. So I don't know how else eloquently to describe the song. I just think that to my ears, I just thought that it was
it's
such a
pretty.
I just yeah, it's just really just goes just really nicely through my head, and I just love listening to it and watching the video. They all just look so
Yeah,
like cute and sad, and
I
it's great.
know. They're heartbroken.
I
They're
know.
heartbroken. I like it. I think it's very traditional boy band breakup.
Yeah.
This is like taking me back to like I'll Never Break Your Heart by the Backstreet Boys. It's like giving me
Yeah.
those vibes of like just like, ugh, leave. I'm so sad. I love
Yeah.
that stuff because those are the
I
most
know.
powerful emotions in life. Love is so heartbreaking and beautiful.
Yeah.
Waiting for Us is one of my favorite songs. I
Yes.
love that
Oh my
song.
gosh. Yeah, that song is so good. Yeah, that's one of my mom's favorite songs. She's obsessed with
Love
that
that
song.
song. Like,
Yeah.
I cried my eyes out when I saw them perform that the first time. I just
Oh,
think it's
yeah.
so beautiful and warm. That's more of like a happier love song. Still,
Yeah.
like, it took a
Yeah.
while for things to work out, but
Yeah.
now they're together.
Yeah. It al it
There's
also seems
angst.
like Leaves seems like a very fall, winter kind
Mm,
of love
yes.
song, you know? So I feel like
Yes.
it really fits with the season as well. Um,
Definitely. And they're
I think
really good at that.
they talk about leaves falling in the lyrics, actually. Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah.
It's so funny how you would think, well, every group does that. No, they don't. We've got groups releasing trick or treat songs now, and it's over. Like, it's so funny with K-pop. Like, you'll hear these really summery songs in winter sometimes. The release schedule and the content doesn't always work.
It
Stray
does
Kids have
not
never had
yeah.
that problem. Like, they're
Yeah.
they're always on point. And I think
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
maybe creative control. They know, okay, if we're going to release an album around this time, let's put this song, not this one. But yeah,
Yeah.
Leave is a beautiful song.
Yeah, it's
Really, the whole
beautiful.
album is great. Clearly, we can talk about
Clearly.
it forever, and we
Yeah.
have strong opinions about how much we
Yeah.
love certain songs. But it's time for rankings. Meg, I'm going to have you go first. These
Okay.
are from least favorite, number 8, to your
Okay.
favorite, number 1. Um, and, just for everyone that's never seen this, there's no shade. It's not saying this song sucks, this song is great. It's just based on your first couple listens. The album's been out less than a week. What are your favorite songs? What are you
Yeah.
feeling? So, Meg, are you ready to go? These are
I'm ready.
Meg's picks
Okay.
from the album Rockstar, Stray Kids.
Okay. So, number 8, I have the La 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 rock version. Number 7, I have Social Path, the Korean version. Then I have Complex, Megaverse, Blind Spot, Cover Me, La 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 La, and then number 1, I have Leave.
Ooh, I wasn't sure if you were gonna do Leave or La 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 as number
Okay.
1.
Yeah.
That's like,
Yep.
to me, my hardest choice on this one was my 1 and 2. I kept going back and
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah.
Great picks, Meg. Okay, here are my rankings from Stray Kids Rockstar. Number 8, La 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 rock version. I love the rock version, but the original works better for me. Number 7, Social Path. Number 6, Blind Spot. Number 5 was Leave. Number 4, Megaverse. Number 3, Complex. My number 2 song was Cover Me, which means my number 1 song on this release, La 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 La.
Yeah.
It was the right choice. I love this single. I love this project. I think they freaking killed it. And as you can see, we had like totally different lists, but some of the stuff was similar. Like
Yeah.
middle switched around a little bit, but it's interesting we
Yeah.
both had the same song as our bottom 2.
Yeah. Well, I think that the Leave rock version, I just don't think it's just kind of giving we wanted to have 8 songs instead of 7, so we just
Mhm.
like put this on here because It's not bad. It just sounds like
Yeah,
they
it's
could have
bad.
produced it a little bit more. It just kind of sounds like they just put a layer of rock over what the just other song sounds like. And
Mhm.
I'm sure Stray Kids do this all the time at end of year shows and things. They do a different version of the song.
Yep,
And I'm sure
yep,
if I heard
yep.
this just like at the Mamas, or if they're not going to the Mamas, but whatever.
Yeah,
If I heard this
easy.
if I heard this at the MMAs or the Fact Music Awards or whatever, I'd be like, wow, this is a cool version. But I just don't think it's like necessary to the album,
Yeah, that's what I would say about it. I think it's great. Like it's a good song, but I don't think we
Yeah.
needed it. And a lot of
Yeah.
times I feel that way. On now you get usually it's English version. I don't need that. I don't need the other
Right.
version of the single. Just give me that. And then Social Path I thought was a good song. It's just not my
Yes.
favorite. I'm just not like
Same.
obsessed with it. So I was like, all
Me
right, I heard this and it's not my favorite. It's like,
And they do this a lot. Stray Kids do this a lot where they just put a Korean version of their Japanese
yes,
song just on the album of the
yes.
next release. And I'm just like, why? We don't need to
Like
do that.
Circus. Like I
Right. Just why?
love Circus so much. Just put that on the album. Like you can put a Japanese song on this album. It doesn't all have to
I
be
know.
Korean. Like just put that song on the album because I loved it. I
I
mean,
know. It's very funny. I don't know.
whatever. It's
But yeah.
Did you see JYP doing the dance challenge?
Yeah. I
I
did. Yeah.
loved it.
And
I loved it.
Did you see Hyunjin making fun of him in his fan cam on Inkigayo?
Yes. Oh my god, I was dying. Of course Hyunjin did. He's so funny. He's right. Hyunjin picked out the right things of like sticking his head out. Um, I will
So
say
funny.
though, I was shocked when I looked it up because I thought JYP was younger than he is. Like he's 51. So I was like, good for you,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah, no, I mean,
That's hard to do that.
it is. Yeah, it is. And he's
I'll be
also not,
real.
like, trying like, JYP's not
No, no,
actually trying to do it the way
no.
Stray Kids is doing it.
He's
He
having fun.
knows that
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He just
But
wants
I
to be
will
in
be
it. He just, like, likes to be there, which he's just,
yes.
like, the uncle who's just there, and you're like,
Yes.
"Okay."
And he's like, I'm young and cool. Watch this. It's
Yeah.
I love him, honestly. I think it's funny. But I give him credit that he like did it because anytime I'm just messing around in my apartment trying to do these dances,
I'm sure I
no.
look so much worse than JYP looked doing
A,
that,
mil-
like
a million times worse. I look like so stupid.
Yeah.
Usually like my ankle hurts or something. Like I do something that like my knee or my ankle like roll weird. I'm like, this is not
Yeah.
a small move for me.
What,
I'm not,
so we've had a few dance challenges. So we had Yeonjun. Yeonjun did the La
mm,
La La challenge.
killed,
That looked
killed,
great. Yeah. Who
killed.
else
Like
have we had anyone else do it? Oh, Dino. Dino and Changbin did it. Also,
Dino did
Changbin and
it.
Kyujin from NMIX did it today. That one was really good.
Yeah,
Um,
she's really good. She does
yeah.
it's funny because there's certain idols that do a great job, like, some idols do a great job with girl dances, some girl idols do a great job with boy groups. She slays the boy choreography. She's
She
very
does.
aggressive, and she, like,
Yeah,
comes with it. I thought Yeonjun from T by T killed it.
he
Killed
did.
it. I was like, I
I
want
agree.
T by T to have this choreography. It just
I
was like,
know.
oh, if he was in a group that had this type of music and he got to dance like this on the regular, I would love that. Selfishly as
I
a fan,
know.
I was like, please, like, put out a song like this and dance like this. I love this. He killed
True.
it.
Yeah,
We're just getting like all the challenges.
I know.
I will say though, I think the challenges, I look forward to them. Obviously, the guilty one was the best thing in the world for me with Taemin and Hyunjin. But it's getting to be almost too much. Like
I
every
know.
day when I'm
It
scrolling,
is.
it's nothing but challenges. And it's kind of like, cool, but like everyone has to do everyone else's challenge. And now you see the same idols do like 10 dances over one day, and then it just is like filling up your feed. It's fine, but I feel like we need like a little chill out on that. Like I've seen so many aespa drama, mama.
Yeah.
It's like, cool, but I just don't want to see my
I
feed to be
actually
nothing but challenges. With certain people, like okay, I like this person, but I don't need to see them do every single dance challenge. Like, I don't need to see anyone do every single dance challenge. I don't need to see 45 drama dance challenges. It's kind of,
I think
I'm
the
tired.
drama is the most that we've ever seen for a dance challenge,
Oh
and
my
drama only
God.
came out on Friday with Stray Kids.
Exactly.
Like, it's very funny. I actually do think that all the girls doing it was, like, Winter and Giselle and Yoonjin and, Jeon Somi, they all were doing like, hanging out and having a sleepover, and they all did that challenge. I thought that was actually very cute. But Yeah, no, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Every idol. Yeah, that's like I think that there should be a cap that like, okay, you have a comeback, you get to film this with 5 idols of your choosing. Like, I don't need to see 25 different idols going like this. I'm no shade, but like I'm just tired when I open Instagram and TikTok that every single video
Yeah. I think it's
dance
like
challenge,
I
dance
still think it's cute, but there's gotta be a time um when it's something it's the trend is going to have to change to something else, I assume,
Well,
you know?
I don't like it either because it affects the choreography. It affects the choreography. They're all doing choreography to make it easier for fans to upload doing the challenge. And it kind of dumbs down the choreography to fit into the TikTok box. So
Yeah.
I don't like how it's like affected the actual end product. Like even Stray Kids, they have like an easy one for fans to do that's like,
Yeah. Well,
I'm
I
just,
also think it's funny because I heard on another podcast earlier today, people were talking about how Taemin's dance challenge is like, it's not a dance challenge because his choreo is hard and he's just having everyone
yeah.
do. It's like, he's like, no, you're going to do a minute of like
That's what
a
it
third
should
of the
be.
song.
That's
And
what it
like,
should be. That's what it should be. Like, I don't want, I think it's like, yes, that's what it should be. Because if you guys don't know what we're talking about, like these idols, when the song comes out, it used to be that fans would do like the point choreography, the chorus choreography, and upload themselves on TikTok. And that was like the dance challenge. Then people complained it's too hard. Well, everything's hard in life. Get over it. So then the idols started making it easy ones for fans to do. So they kind of dumbed down the choreography even more so fans can do it so they don't feel bad about themselves. So we have to watch that one on top of all the other ones. Yeah, Taemin was like, this is my choreography. Great. Everyone do that. I don't need to see anyone else try the choreography. I'm
yeah, yeah.
sorry, but like I don't care, to be honest. Like even the idols I like, I'm tired of seeing them do dance challenges. We just need a break. Let's do a pause on these challenges. Every idol gets to pick
There's
5
something
other
else.
idols. That's it.
Something's going to be the trend coming up. We just don't know what it is. So we'll just have to,
I hope so. I'm
we'll just
tired of
have to wait
dance
and see.
challenges, Meg. Like, you know what I miss?
I'm
I like
I'm not
the
as tired of it as you are, but I
I'm
understand
over
what you're saying.
it. I'm over it. I'd rather see relay challenges. Just do a million relay challenges. I
Ah,
love relay challenges, and they don't do those as much now. Like it's not a
mm,
thing, and that was a thing a few years ago. That was
yeah,
more fun because it's just the group I like, and you're watching them like dance. I
yeah,
don't need to
yeah,
see the same 10 seconds of a dance routine 45 times a
yeah,
day. It's like, okay. Uh, I did enjoy Hyunjin though. Like he was my favorite with
yeah. I
Stray
think
Kids.
he's the one who's killed it the most. Yeah, yeah,
He killed it. He was because that besides like you have the powerful part, then you have that like hip movement, really like when they're
yeah,
walking up with their hips. Then you have that like sassy little arm thing.
yeah.
He killed all
He
elements.
did.
I
Yeah,
loved when they were interviewing Stray Kids, and Changbin from Stray Kids is really close with Yeonjun from T by T. They're like besties in real life.
yeah.
And Changbin was like, "No, step back here," because like Yeonjun is so
Hyunjin's
much
so
taller.
tall.
Changbin is like telling him to move back, and he'll step forward because then on camera that makes the height not appear so drastic. It was so funny. Let's talk about biases quickly. Obviously, our main biases are fair. So
Yeah.
let's talk bias and wrecker for this comeback. Meg, who's your bias and wrecker?
Okay. Well, I was laughing because, like, obviously, our biases
Yeah.
are so clear from this
Yeah.
episode. But yeah, my bias is Han Ji-sung. I dedicate my life to him. So I there's nothing that will change. The only like if I had not dedicated my entire life to Han Ji-sung, then my bias wrecker, I would be a little more probably stressed, like, oh my God, is this person questioning my bias? That's not the
Mhm.
case because just Han is just like always
Yeah,
there.
that's how I
But
feel.
I think that now it's Seungmin. I think
Yeah.
Seungmin is the wrecker. It used to be Mino and Chan. I really think Seungmin just, like,
Mm.
jumped over them, to be honest.
He really stole it for me at their show here in LA when they did the stadium show. I was like,
Yes,
I
Emily,
couldn't stop watching him and
me
focusing on
too,
him. And,
me too.
he's like quietly confident and it's so appealing. Yeah, like you said, obviously my bias, nothing is going to change. I'm with you. I would die for him.
Yeah,
Hyunjin is my bias. He's my alt. So yeah, there's no one's wrecking me ever. And it's hard when it comes to wreckers because I like this group. I
right.
I go back and forth with a lot. I've got to say with this comeback, Han is right there. Han's always on the wrecker line for me, but really
Yeah.
he's a strong wrecker. I think he's so dynamic performing. And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. To me, Han is the ace of this group. He brings
Yes.
so much energy and spark to the performance, but he's also a wonderful singer, wonderful writer. He's part of Three Racha, the production team, who's writing and producing all their music. Each group has somebody that I'm like, they can't lose this person. Um,
Yeah.
Hyunjin and Felix are very popular for visuals and for what they do as well. And I think that would be felt for sure. But Han for me he's the ace of this group. He's wrecking me right now. Seungmin for sure. And then
Yeah.
Bang Chan, if I was in a K-pop group, I would want him to be my leader. I just
Mhm.
I look up to him. I think he's just so talented, so amazing, but he's also just like an authentic person. And in his position, that would be really hard to do. So he's also on the line. Like
I know.
it's too hard. It's too hard in Stray Kids.
It is. Like, Ian is growing up. Felix
Yes.
looks really good too. I mean, Mino always looks good.
Yeah.
Changbin looks just so powerful. They're all obviously killing it.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah. It's just like, who's killing it today besides the
Yeah.
one I would die for?
Yeah, exactly. Besides that one, besides those normal feelings.
Besides those normal, healthy feelings,
Yeah.
totally normal, totally cool. But I would
Yeah.
die for this person. Uh, well, it's good because we're not the only ones.
Yeah.
At least we know we feel that way. I think
Yeah,
other people
exactly.
listening and watching probably feel that way about their alt. I'm so proud of Stray Kids. No one can stop them. Honestly,
Me
no one can
too.
stop them. Like kings of K-pop, they've reached remarkable heights and they keep climbing. Excited to see where this debuts. They're on track right now. And this is Tuesday. We're
Okay.
recording this on Tuesday, but they're on track to get number one. So keep streaming stays, keep buying because that would be what their
Yeah.
fourth number one in a row on the Billboard 200.
Oh my
That's
god.
insane.
Wow.
It'll be their fourth number one because the first time, and what people don't realize, like a lot of people be like, well, so and so did it. They weren't eligible for the charts until Ordinary. That was the first time they were eligible in the
Mm.
States for the charts because of their distribution deal with Republic. So the first time they were eligible for the charts, they debuted at number one. Then they debuted at number one with Maxident, then with Five Star.
Mhm.
Wow, that's
Alright, we'll just,
insane.
we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a huge week. They also just announced that they're performing at the Billboard Music Awards, which
Yes. They're gonna do
insane.
S-Class and La 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 La. Oh my
So cool.
god.
So cool. And
That
think
means
about
they're gonna
like
be in
that's
America again. They're coming back
no,
to Ame
no, no,
No?
they won't because unfortunately, the Billboard Awards this year are not on TV. They're streaming from all different locations. So it's just going
Oh.
to be like a
Okay.
virtual performance, which is so disappointing because like I would have
Ugh,
lived for a
COVID.
red carpet. Like, yeah, it
Yeah.
reminds me of
Yeah.
COVID. Like, we're not getting the red carpet. We're not getting them in the audience. We're not like at the VMAs. We're not going to get that experience. So that's disappointing. But I think it's
Yeah.
amazing that, New Jeans, they were announced a week or two ago. So they already had a K-pop group performing, but then this week they announced Stray Kids. Stray Kids, like you can't keep them away. I mean, this is the group. And it's Sunday. Like they could have the number one album in the United States the day of that award show.
Oh
So
my god. Oh no, that's so
so
stressful.
it's a big, big day for Stray Kids. It's Billboard Awards, Billboard charts.
Oh my
Very
god.
excited.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, I
Okay.
don't think it would be announced. I think it'll be announced Sunday night, Monday, it's official. But yeah,
Huh.
this is a big, huge week for Stays and for Stray Kids. I'm excited. I'm just excited that more people get exposed to them. The response was so positive after the VMAs
Mhm.
when they did like the least like Western friendly song ever, and people
Right.
loved it. And I love that they're being authentically themselves and having such like a positive response. Um, it's gonna be good. It's
Oh
gonna be good,
yeah.
man. I'm excited. Anything else you want to say about this album, about this comeback, about Stray Kids before I get to some news quickly?
No, I don't think so. I'm so proud of them. So excited to see we will see them on tour even if we need to fight
Whatever. I don't
physically fight.
know. Like,
We'll
it doesn't
get there.
matter. It
I
doesn't
know.
matter. I will budget certain shows.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to spend money on that, or I'll just get whatever seats. If I don't get seats, I'm not going to pay resale for Stray Kids. No, I'm not going to any of their tours. I'm going.
Yeah.
Uh and it's going to be stadium, like it's going to be massive. This
It's
next
gonna be
tour is going
massive.
to be insane. But I'm excited to
Yes.
see it because I think they'll build a really great design. Like when we saw the stadium show at BMO, that wasn't really a stadium show. It was the arena show that they took to a stadium.
Right.
So I think them doing like a real stadium show would be phenomenal. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
So
Yeah,
excited. Yeah.
congratulations. Congratulations to Stray
Congrats.
Kids and congratulations to Stays. Stays work really hard streaming and promoting their faves. I see it. I've seen it this whole time with this comeback. And yeah, congratulations, guys. You guys are killing it. Obviously, Stray Kids, so proud of you. So proud of you. I didn't have to do a negative review tonight. And that's the best feeling in the
No.
world.
Yeah, exactly.
Best
Yeah.
feeling in the world. My faves are still killing it, and I'm really proud. Cannot wait for the tour. I want to enjoy this comeback. I want to enjoy, the weekly shows and everything they're doing promotion wise. And I hope they get a little bit of a rest. Like you mentioned, Meg, apparently Stray Kids are not going to Mama this year.
I know.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Interesting. I've got to say, I don't disagree with that choice. I think they're not going to win everything that they deserve to win with the way that mamas
Mm.
work. Um, yeah, the mamas need Stray Kids. Like they were the biggest performance last year. J Hope and Stray Kids were the
Yeah.
kind of
True.
headlining performances. So
Yeah.
who do they have this year? It's you need Stray Kids. But I thought that was interesting. I was like, wait, what is happening here? And I don't have that much information on like
I know,
what's
because
going on.
are other JYP groups going? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who, I guess ITZY and Twice didn't really go last year, I don't even think.
No,
Like, Extraordinary Heroes, are they going? Yeah, I don't know, like and then
I
you
don't
have
know.
and then you have ATEEZ who's still going, still gonna perform, and they literally don't
And
get
you didn't
nominated
get
for
any
anything.
nominations.
Pisses me
Yeah,
off every day. Like, what is going on?
they should have said
Anyway.
we're not going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I read
Ugh.
something that said New Jeans and Stray Kids will not be attending or performing, and I'm like, well, those
Yeah.
are like the biggest groups. If they're not there,
And Jungkook's not going, but my
mm.
mom has theories that it's because he's going to enlist, and so he's not going because
I
he'll
think
have
so too. I think so
so
too.
that makes
I think
more sense. Yeah.
they've said for BTS they will all enlist. I thought they announced they were enlisting by the end of the year. They'd all be back together by 2025.
Yeah,
So
so it's gotta go.
you've got
Gotta go.
Tae, Jimin, and Jungkook still who haven't
And
enlisted.
Namjoon. And Namjoon.
Yeah.
Still here.
What the hell? So are
I
they
don't
all
know.
enlisting in the next month, or are they spacing this out more than they initially thought? Like
I
it's
know.
weird, but I agree. I don't think Jungkook's gonna like. It's funny all the interviews with his comeback. Are you touring? Are you touring? I'm like, y'all, he's enlisting.
It's
Like,
gotta
look at the
go, man.
math. If they're
Yeah.
gonna get back together in 2025, he's got at most like 4 to 6 months before he's has to enlist, and then that'll be end
Yeah.
of 2025. Yeah, I think the BTS guys are going to be going soon.
Yeah.
Which it's just a shame for him. They had this massive album.
I know.
I'm not sure about the timing of this. They should have put that his album should have come out like in March and he should have done the
I know.
rest of the
It seems
year.
like he wasn't ready. It seems like they were not ready yet.
They weren't
They
ready.
had to, yeah, find all the songs and stuff. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I loved the album. That was a fun review last week.
Same.
So
Yeah.
okay. Oh, by the way, who did you pull or did you pull Han? Talk about your pulls for this straight.
Okay. So I have received 9 of my albums that I bought. So wait, no. No, that's a lie. I have 13 of them. So I bought a few from the Sign store. I bought 9 from Target. I have I've pulled Han once, classic. Of all the albums, I got one Han photo card besides the Polaroids, which you basically get everyone, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have now completed with the trade that I need to set up later tonight. I have completed my Target pre-order card pulls. I got almost
Wow.
everyone, and then I'm trading with my friend and then with one other person on Instagram. But I have a bunch more stuff coming from my group orders that I joined, but I did pull honestly, I didn't pull out of Hyunjin. I got his Target
Oh,
card.
neither did I.
I didn't get any of his album cards,
No,
actually.
thank you, because they're probably not making as much because they know everyone
I
wants them.
know.
Because I never get Hyunjin, ever. Ever. I think in like every group, we all have that one member that we pull nonstop. Like in BTS, I pulled Suga in every freaking album. I knew I'm gonna get Suga, right?
Yeah.
Um, I pulled Taehyun a lot in T by
Uh-huh.
T. Monster X, I did get Hyungwon. Hyungwon, and I will say in NCT, I do get Taeyong a lot. So I'm like, all right,
Oh,
look at my
corgi.
biases here. But for Stray Kids, I don't think I've pulled a Hyungwon once in my
Yeah.
life. Like, or I'm sorry, for Stray Kids, I haven't pulled a Hyunjin like once in my life. It's like
I
maybe
never pulled a
one
lot.
out of so many albums.
I know. I pulled a lot of Seungmin. I got the same Seungmin
Same.
photo card like 5 times.
No, same. I always get him. So maybe they're
Yeah,
making more of his and they're making less of the other ones. I really want to know like how that works because I
I
don't think it's
know.
equal. I think certain members show up way more than other members.
I know. There
Um,
are all these theories about that. Yeah.
yeah. I think for sure that has to go into it. That'll be a whole
Yeah.
other episode when we talk about photo cards more. But I wanted to talk about our polls because that's so exciting to open
Yeah.
the album,
It's so
get the
fun.
polls. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite things.
I know.
I will say I'm not crazy about some of the album design, like because I care about this stuff. We all do. Like the packaging means something.
Yeah.
Like there's one I forget which version it is. Maybe it's like Star version or something, and it's just this like dark kind of fuchsia, and it's like yeah, I wasn't crazy about that. I was like, what is this? I forgot about it.
That's the limited one?
The
I think it's
limited,
the limited one.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, the criticism that we all have for this comeback is the albums are really small, really
Mhm.
thin. You only get 1 photo card, which 2
Yep.
eras ago we got 3. So,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, technically you get the unit card, but, like, we're not count that's, like, not that doesn't
Yeah.
count because you get the unit card in every single album, so
Mhm.
people are
Yeah,
very bothered by that, and it's
I
the
wasn't
same
crazy about the
price.
album design.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it costs the same as what No Easy and No Easy had, like, 12 songs on it, so it literally should
Yeah.
not cost the same, and No Easy
Yeah.
was, like, a full whatever. People are posting photos of, like, they're getting smaller and smaller, but
Yeah,
and there's
I
less
that's
in
what it
them.
is with the limited edition album. I was like, "What is
They're
this?" I
small.
knew it was like a limit, but I was like, "What is this? Like a little pamphlet? This is the weirdest album I've seen. It's
Yeah.
so bizarre." Like
I will say their their postcard version, which is, like, their equivalent of the member version, those look
Mhm.
pretty good. I feel like those are
Okay.
better than the jewel cases and the digipacks and, like,
Yeah.
the poster version that SM is doing and stuff. At least these look
Yeah.
a little bit better, so that's good, but this is
It's
the first
interesting.
time
You never
JYP
know.
did a they did 4, like, kind of like flip book version like, album versions.
Yeah.
They did the member versions, and now they also did the platform version, which is, like, the smaller QR code. It's the first time that JYP as a company has ever done a QR code. I was like, why?
I can't because 'cause they're
Please
taking advantage of their
stop."
fans. They have the biggest group in
Yeah.
the world, and they're taking advantage of their fans. Stop it. That drives me nuts. Because I will say, like, the T by T album, we talked about it. I thought the packaging was very ugly. It was like an Amazon
Yes.
cardboard box, drove me
Yeah.
nuts. The inside was fine. And
Yeah.
I think that they spent all the money that they saved on the packaging on Jungkook's album because that packaging is effing gorgeous. I was like, look at this
Crazy.
luxurious
I
box.
know.
Ooh, this is so fancy.
I know.
I'm sorry. People are paying that much money. At least make it like look kind of nice and have it
I
be, yeah, like
know.
thicker, not like a little pamphlet. I was just like, I literally, because I'm still waiting. But I got the limited edition. I was like, what is this? Did I order the
Yeah.
wrong thing? Is this not like an
It's
album?
also limited, but, like, it's not limited. It just has the concepts from both of the rock and the roll version. So it's just
Exactly.
that's not what a limited like, you're just making it seem
Yeah.
like it's limited, but it's literally just what
It's
the
the
other
same
2
thing
are.
as the other versions, and it
Yeah.
also is, like, not as good looking on the outside. I
Yeah,
was like,
I
"What is
know.
this?" I was so excited, and I was like, "That would be my negative for this comeback." I'm not a fan of the physical album. I thought, like,
The
they could have
photos in it
done
look
more.
are really good.
Yes.
I think this is, like,
Great
some of the
pictures.
best pictures that they have taken,
Great
but
pictures.
and the photo card photos are really good, they
Mhm.
keep upping their game on those. That's just
Yeah.
how they look, though. Obviously, they look great, so, you know.
Well, because like they have, it's funny, all these groups get better looking every year.
I know.
That skincare in Korea, whatever they're doing to their
Yeah,
faces. You look at debut and then you look at a couple years, then you look when they're really popular. They all look gorgeous. They're getting so good
yeah,
looking that, yeah, no matter what the like concept is, these are going to be the best pictures because they all are like at the height of their handsomeness right now. They
I
look
know.
fantastic.
It's
They look so
crazy,
good.
yeah.
But those albums, come on, JYP. Don't
I
stop
know.
scamming your most loyal
Please,
fans. Like
come on.
that's a lot.
Did
Yeah,
you
that's a
see,
lot.
Emily? They just posted like 2 hours ago that they're releasing a digital copy, a signed digital copy of the album
What?
that's $7. And I
Oh
think you're just paying
no.
for an image of the album
Of the
cover, like the
signature?
digital album cover with all it has all their signatures, but it's digital, so it's not an actual
So it's
signature.
like an
Like,
NFT. What is the point? What is the
yeah,
point?
and
Like,
it's like
okay, you could take a screenshot and send it to me, and I'm like, look, I've got like, what is the
I
point of
know.
that?
Well, also, like, I
That
was
is
joking
so stupid.
with my friends because the signatures this era, like, half the guys have the exact same signature, so it's
Yeah.
really hard to figure out whose signature is whose, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "You release a digital one, and you're not even labeling it for me? At least tell me whose signature is whose then. Like,
I
at least help me
right?
out here."
Yeah, you're making the fans do all the work while
Yeah,
getting more and more and more money.
it's
No,
just
that's
capitalism
ridiculous.
is crazy. Yeah,
That it's ridiculous what these labels do and get away with
yeah,
from fans. Like that's too much. That's
yeah.
no. You don't need a picture of a signature. You can Google Hyunjin's signature. There it is. You don't have to spend $7.
Yeah,
What's the
exactly.
point?
So
Like what is
silly.
the?
I have no
I
idea.
don't. That is.
Where
I
does
didn't
that
see
go?
that.
Just on your phone? You just, like, save it as your
That's what I
background or
mean.
something?
No,
You could
that's just
just
a whole other conversation. But I always felt that way with like NFTs. I'm like, but I don't get it. Like,
yeah, I don't
they're like,
get
you
that.
own it. And I'm like, well, anyone else can like screenshot it and then they own it. I don't
Yeah,
understand the value of this. Explain to me the value again. Like I'm 2 years old. This is the same thing.
I
No
know.
JYP. Stop.
Yeah,
I've had it. But whatever. The album was great and sounded great.
yeah. No, everything else is great. They look great,
Everything else
sound
is great.
great. We love them.
Everything else
Yeah,
was great. That was my only thing is I was like shocked when I opened the album. I was like, what is this?
I know.
So of
Ugh.
the recent releases, Jungkook's winning for me when it comes to physical packaging. I just love the physical package. It's so beautiful.
It's really luxurious looking. Yeah, yeah.
Right?
So good.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is rich. This is fancy. This is like that. I have that one on display. You know, my apartment, I don't have my albums out. I only have a few in
yeah.
my like little record stand. Jungkook is prominently displayed in my album right now, the golden one. I was like, oh, this is
That's good.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
It's aesthetics. I mean, that's how
Yeah.
it works. Now it's time for some K-pop news. Here's what's happened in the world of K-pop since the last time I was behind the microphone. Speaking of Jungkook, his solo debut album Golden, it debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 with 210,000 units sold. It's the biggest US sales week of any K-pop soloist in history. And the song, the single, Standing Next to You, it debuted at number 5 on the Hot 100. So he did great numbers. I honestly I don't know why I forgot that Taylor Swift was number 1 currently on the Billboard 200. I really
Yeah.
last week was like, yeah, Jungkook will definitely get number 1. And then I realized, all right, he's at number 2 right now. And there's an issue.
Yeah.
But still 210, that's a massive number of units. So
Yeah.
congratulations to him. It's doing really well. Zero Base One. God, I love this group, Meg. Zero Base One. They're the first group to pass 2 million in first week sales during their first year of their career. So they're the first rookie group to do that in the first week. Very cool. That's
Mhm.
exciting. Must Be's agency terminated their contracts. That's a boy group that debuted on a smaller agency, Must M, in 2019. They announced that they're over, so wishing those guys well. G Dragon drug scandal. Ugh. Okay. His preliminary drug test came back negative. The drug
Okay.
screening came back negative, and then there was an issue with body hair where someone leaked that the cops said that he tried to get rid of all of his body hair, so they couldn't hair test. First of all, that's ridiculous because you don't hair test with body hair. You hair test on your head. There's more growth, so they would be able to get more data. Um, but secondly, like that whole thing's ridiculous. Now his
That's
lawyers are
crazy.
suing and saying like that's not number one, that's not true. But number two, any leak coming out of the police department's illegal. So, like I said a few weeks ago, the timing of all of this with G Dragon didn't feel right to me. And it's playing out kind of how I thought it would. But that's the latest. The first drug screenings came back completely negative, no drugs. Great Guys. Great Guys are a group I'm not that familiar with, a smaller group, but
Mm.
they were supposed to tour here in America and it was canceled because the promoter, ONK Entertainment, failed to get the proper visas for the performers and their staff. How many
Ugh.
times is this going to happen in
How
K-pop?
many
This happens
times, guys?
all the time, and there are capable promoters. Um, it frustrates me. I feel like these are like scam artists taking advantage of Korean companies. That sucks. That's really a shame for those guys. Yeah, not
Yeah,
cool.
man.
Something that is cool. Dean has a comeback on November 18th. If you aren't familiar with Dean, he's really, really good. He's a singer, kind of like R&B soul stuff, but pop as well. And he is super, super popular in the world of Korean music. He has been off the grid for years. I think it's been 4.5
Yeah.
years. And now he's just back. He's also ridiculously good looking. So that doesn't hurt. I'm very,
Mhm.
very excited for this comeback. I think he's
Yeah, I'm
like,
excited too.
right? He's amazing. So that's like in a couple days. That's November 18th.
Mm.
Speaking of Stray Kids tour, JYP struck an exclusive deal with Live Nation for touring their artists in North America. So obviously, Stray Kids, Extraordinary Heroes, Twice, ITZY. It makes sense. It makes sense. Big deals are going to start to happen
Mhm.
or continue to happen around Stray Kids moving forward. Hybe Latin America acquired Exile Music, a Latin music label. They're really trying to ramp up their presence now in Latin America and that music scene. You know, we've got Hybe America, now there's Hybe Latin America. Hybe's just trying to take over the world. Speaking of Hybe, zero Grammy nominations for K-pop this year. Zero. And for me, this is like a real statement on the industry kind of pushing back against Hybe because Hybe really played the game. They've been playing the Western game. You know, they're working with
Mhm.
all of these famous songwriters. They're spending so much money. They're featuring people that are very radio friendly. I thought that Jungkook would get a nomination for Seven with Lotto. I thought that was like a done deal for
Mhm.
Best Pop Duo. Zero nominations. I don't think it's only Hybe. I think the industry is really, really determined now to keep K-pop and keep Asian artists out. They see the numbers these groups are doing, and they want it for themselves. They don't want to include any of these artists. On top of that, it's all politics, right? The Grammys are all politics. We all know
Mhm.
that. But like, if you look up, a lot of artists have talked about it. Famously, Eminem, Kanye, India Arie. The way the Grammys work is you have like committees, you have little cliques, and you say, okay, my label and everyone involved with me will vote for your artist in this category if you vote for us in this one. And you just do that. That's how voting happens. It has nothing to do with what's best. It has nothing to do with who deserves it. So that's why I always don't get like, I wasn't crying when BTS lost because I knew they would lose, but it's
Mm.
frustrating because they should have won for Butter. But that said, I think Hybe kind of they hooked up with maybe the wrong person if they're trying to play the game here in America because Scooter Braun doesn't have a great track record at the Grammys. Scooter's artists don't get voted for. They don't win. Look at Justin Bieber. Look at all of the
Mm.
nominations he's had compared to wins. Look at Ariana Grande. Scooter Braun isn't the person to link up with if you want to win Grammys. So I was really shocked and annoyed the other day when I saw this. But then I thought, well, I mean, this makes sense based on what I know of the music industry and of how the Grammys work. So that kind of sucks. You know, Jungkook's played the game and has
I
nothing
know.
nothing to show for it with the Grammys. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but when you look at the charts and when you look at how things have performed, to me, the biggest genres are country and K-pop right now. And country was shut out of all the main categories. They're not nominated for anything, which is like insane. But K-pop wasn't even nominated for an award, period. which is also
Mm,
insane. Like, I don't know. Awards matter to a lot of these guys. That's why it like bothers me. I don't care. It's
right.
a, like I always think about Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way, which is like the most iconic pop song ever. They didn't win the Grammy that year. I don't even I think they've only been nominated a few times and never won. Whoever
Yeah.
beat them isn't around anymore and isn't relevant, and like doesn't have the money and everything else. So I don't know. I don't think it's the end of the world if you don't win, but it's always nice to be acknowledged by your peers. And it would have been nice to see some K-pop artists there this year.
Yeah.
Anyways, now we don't have to watch the Grammys. Now, like,
Yeah, exactly. We
okay,
don't we don't
cool.
we have to watch the Mamas for, like, 3 days, so,
Oh
like,
my God. Which also drives
oh,
me absolutely insane. You have the red
I know.
carpet, then you've got the awards. It's like I'm busy. That's on my birthday this year. Like
It's
it's
also
a lot.
at, like, 3 a.m., so
Exactly. Like it's it's
I
not
don't
easy.
know.
And even
Yeah.
if you watch it like the next day, it's so much to catch up on. It'll take you all
Yeah,
day to watch the performances, look up all the red carpet interviews. They need to just
yeah,
have it be one day. Like the Grammys may suck and have issues, but at least it's only one night in a few
yeah,
hours. Almost need to like, let's just pick one day. It's too much. It's too
I
much.
know.
Um, let's see if there's any other news. Oh, this would interest K-pop fans. So there's a documentary available on Netflix right now that features Sully. I haven't
Mhm.
watched it yet, and I definitely will. I
Neither have
love
I.
music documentaries, but I think it's going to be a tough watch. For those of you that don't know,
Yeah,
Sully is no longer here. She sadly passed away. It's going to be a tough watch. I've seen clips and I've seen people talking about it, and I'm like, oof, I not sure. I'll watch it eventually, but if you're
yeah,
interested, I think it'll be a great watch as well. And from a fan's perspective, just getting to see her and hear her speak again has to, mean something. I totally get why people rushed to Netflix last night. And I also get why some people are waiting and kind of putting a pause on it. It's a tough subject. And kind of a lighter note, good luck to everyone watching and listening in Korea taking the college entrance exams. And there's some idols in there. There's like a member of Kepler doing it. There's
mhm.
idols do this stuff every year. Most of us don't think about it or don't realize it, but a lot of these idols, while they're doing all of this work, are in school. They're in college. They're taking online classes. They have their degrees. They go on to get master's degrees. It's insane.
With
Every
what
time
time?
Well, yeah, exactly. Every
No
time I'm like,
idea.
"I'm stressed. I'm tired." "Really? How do you think Bang Chan feels right now?" Like,
I know.
I
I
think
think
it's good.
that I think that all the time, Emily, actually. When anytime I'm, like, feeling tired or lazy or whatever,
Yes.
I'm like, "Mino's not doing this. Mino's getting up and moving. Like, I gotta
Yes.
go."
No, same here, and I think that's such a, like, positive they're such positive role models compared to a lot of, like, Western celebrities, um, because I don't look at them as, like, the beacon of hard work. I look at them as, like, other things happened to give them this
Yeah,
career, and most of the time it's like, "Oh, wow, that person's so pretty," or "I wish I was famous," kind of that thought. Ever since I started standing K-pop idols and getting into K-pop, it does motivate me and push me. Like, they're
yeah,
not watching TV and procrastinating on getting their work done. Like, why are you? And
yeah,
when I'm working out, which obviously you'll relate to, when I'm working out, I think that too. I'm like, you think
yeah,
Jungkook's not doing a minute plank? Like, come on,
yeah,
you can do 2 more seconds. Stop being
yeah.
lazy. It's very motivating. They're
It is.
motivating people.
Yeah,
They're positive role models for all the negative stuff that you can talk about the K-pop system. I think in general, they're really inspiring. And for fans, we've all gotten a lot of like positive things out of it. So that's good. Next week, Okay, next week I will be back with reviews. I'm going to be a little behind on reviews, but as you can see, we had so much to talk about with Stray Kids. I knew this episode couldn't include a bunch of other reviews. We'd be here for 5 hours. So next week, you're going to get my full review of aespa, of BI. I'm going to talk about P1 Harmony. The following
mhm.
week, it's The Boys, it's In Hypen, it's Red
Woo!
Velvet. There's a lot of massive comebacks. I will be here for all of them. Don't you worry. I'm really excited to get those episodes out. But to be honest, this is my favorite episode since the show started. because we've got to talk about Stray Kids
Of
for almost
course.
2 hours. And thank you, Meg. Thank you so much for coming on and for being part of the show. I'm so, so happy to have you back. Meg was, if you don't know, for maybe the one of you watching and listening who didn't watch episode 1, Meg was my first ever guest. She started this journey with me. The episode was amazing. I learned so much about
So
photo
fun.
cards. I mean, that's how
Yeah.
it works. Okay, we've got to get out of here because we will talk all night,
Yeah.
obviously. Thank you so much, Meg, for being a part of this. Congratulations, Stray Kids. These two stays.
Congrats,
We're very
kids.
happy with this album. We loved it. I'll be back next week catching up on these reviews. So hopefully you all will be here with me. Reminder, Fandom Face Off. I need you. A to me, Engine. Shoot me an email if you want to be involved. It's fun, it's friendly, and it's a way to celebrate your favorite artists. Stay vs. Moa was so much fun. If you haven't watched that, check that out to kind of know what it's about. But don't be shy. Everyone's nice. We all love K-pop. We're all in this for the same reason. So please reach out. Thanksgiving is this, but wait, I just thought about this. By the time this comes out, yeah, Thanksgiving. I will not talk to you guys till the day after Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I'm very thankful to be here doing the show. I'm thankful for all my listeners, viewers, everyone who supports this, and just thankful to be part of the K-pop community for all of the stuff that drives me nuts and all the stuff that might not be great. This is a wonderful community to be a part of. You make lifelong friends like Meg, and I'm just very, very grateful. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Meg, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm going to my parents in Rhode Island, so I'm going to drive up there. I'm taking a few days off work, and yeah, should be good. You know, just hanging out, bringing the dogs. It'll be a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
family time.
Yes.
My parents are coming. My parents are flying out to LA for a visit over Thanksgiving. So I'm very excited too. I'm hosting, so hopefully that goes well. I've been
Oh,
doing it
yeah.
for a few years. This is my first year hosting, but there's always a little bit of anxiety. Like I'm the one in charge of the food. Oh no. Fingers crossed it goes well. And I'll also be watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and Hypens on the Macy's
And
Thanksgiving Day
Hyben's there.
Parade. So don't forget, guys, Thursday morning, make sure you're supporting them and watching the
Yeah.
parade. I will be. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the week. If you have time off of work, enjoy it. New episode will be out the next day. Let's enjoy the Stray Kids comeback stays. They killed it. Congratulations again to Stray Kids. Love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye.